Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everybody. This is Lama Tantapra with the Secrets of Qigong Masters. And today, I'm honored to introduce to you one of the best-known Qigong masters in the world. Mantak Chia was born in Bangkok, Thailand in 1944. Recognized very early as having great potential for spiritual development, he was initiated into meditation practices by Buddhist monks at the age of 6. While studying in Hong Kong, he learned Tai Chi Chuan, Aikido, and Kundalini Yoga from a variety of teachers. His pursuit of Taoist teachings led him to meet the White Cloud Hermit, Taoist master originally from central China, living at that time in the mountains not far from Hong Kong. Master Yi Yang was to become Master Mantak Chia's principal teacher. Over a period of 5 years, Master Yi transmitted to Master Mantak Chia the most sacred and closely held Taoist practices, formulas, and methods of internal alchemy, culminating in the reunion of heaven and man. Realizing that as transmitted to him, those immortal practices could not be easily absorbed by Western students, Master Mantak Chia undertook to integrate them with his studies in Western physical anatomy. Through this process, he created a unique view of the internal aspects of these practices. With the universal healing Tao system, he has created for the first time a way for any individual to quickly get to the essence of subtle practices whose real purpose has been shrouded in secrecy for millennia. The author of dozens of books, booklets, videos, and CDs describing the theory and methods of these practices, Mantak Chia has taught hundreds of thousands of eager students the principles of Taoist internal practices over the past 40 years. He has certified hundreds of instructors and practitioners to help in the transmission of these teachings. Now, we will play the recording of the interview I took with Master Mantak Chia a couple of weeks ago, sponsored by Academy of Qidao, the first and only school in the world dedicated to teaching Qidao coaching and providing certification program in Qidao coaching and internal arts of Qigong. Now, we have an honor to listen to the interview with Master Mantak Chia.
Blog Talk Radio.
It's an honor to have you on our show, Master Chia.
Yes, hi. Welcome. I'm Mantak Chia. Thank you.
Great. I would like to thank you first for taking a time from your busy schedule to appear on our show. And without any further ado, let me ask you about your practice of Qigong. How old were you when you began studying Qigong?
I start quite early when in Asia. I'm born in Thailand. They always have Tai Chi, Qigong, and meditation. That is part of everybody. Most of the people, they have that kind of culture there. And I'm happy to around there, and I see and I practice, and I like that. So I start quite early, about 6 years old, and I also have the meditation with the monk and all this practice.
I see. And so, how old were you when you knew that you were practicing Qigong?
About 6 years old.
6 years old. Very good.
Yeah, just still don't know much anything until I go up to be 13, 14, something like that, Yeah.
Right.
And when I met my master, I learned more. When I in Hong Kong, that is about my 15, 16 years old that time.
Oh, who was your master?
My master is One Cloud Hermit. We call Yi Yun Dao Shi, one cloud. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so that's how you called him?
Yes, so that's the system that I teach there in Immortal Tao, or we call the the inner alchemy practice. The whole thing involved the Tao is a supreme inner alchemy practice involved with all the practice like the sexual inner alchemy and all the alchemy's practice of transforming. Sometimes the Chinese we call Nei Dan, mean the inner cultivation.
Right. And so you began your practice with the inner cultivation, or did you practice?
Yes, inner cultivation when I'm about 15, 16 years when I met my master.
Great. Did you study any healing or martial arts with him as well?
Yeah, I studied yoga, Thai boxing, and judo, and all this karate. I mean, I like that, when I was young.
Right. Right. And
Tai Chi,
And Tai Chi too. And which one is your favorite style?
I learned the Yang style, the Wu style, and the Chen style, but I like Wu style the most. Yang style and Wu style that I practice the most.
So if people ask us, what's the difference between Tai Chi and Qigong, what would you tell them?
They are the same. Okay? Tai Chi is a set form of movement, continuous. Qigong, they take out one piece, or a simple set of Qigong. And the major part is you learn how to feel the force, the power, or the creating force. So Qi means a creating force, a primordial force. So I mean the Tao, the Chinese Qigong, Tai Chi, meditation, inner alchemy is all involved with how to connecting with the primordial, how to connecting with the supreme creator force. And the force is everywhere, every place, anytime, anywhere in the whole around you. And that is the Qi.
So you use Qigong to connect with the Qi, with the flow of that force.
Yes.
And in Tai Chi, you're moving.
But moving gracefully in the meditation where you feel the force, to walk, we say to feel the God, to walking with God, to meditation with God. And that's what the Tao do, but we don't call God, we call them force, the power, the supreme creator, the primordial, the Wu Qi. That's how the Tao call this.
So if somebody asks you, what is Qi? How would you
Qi, that's when I say the Qi is the life force that are creating everything. Okay? And so we call supreme creator, a primordial, that are existing in the whole universe. And the West they know now is called dark matter and dark energy, and is yin and yang and no polarity. And there is the same energy as in our body, but humans have bioelectromagnetic power we call Qi. And outside also have Qi, but don't have no life, no bio.
I see. And when people practice Qigong, they learn how to feel the flow of Qi, right?
Yes, the flow of force and power and creator. Every time you move, you feel the power of the force flow with you, and you feel that how the creating force are creating all this whole thing that we are, and we are part of the creations.
So what is the purpose of Qigong practice?
The purpose of Qigong practice in the beginning is to get stronger, healthier, become you can heal yourself, and you become more wisdom and knowledge, and that's the beginning of the Qigong practice. Because the Qigong you have the Tai Chi, Qigong, and the highest one we call supreme inner alchemy practice.
Right. And so when the person reaches the level of health and well-being, do they change the purpose why they continue to practice Qigong?
Yes, and that is what we call the inner alchemy practice. So you started called the Nei Dan or supreme inner alchemy practice. You started you started to condense the energy to creating another being, or we call an immortal one, or we call the pearl or energy condensing of the power of you. And because we are physical and energy is in physical, the soul and spirit is in physical. So inside everybody, you have a physical body, and you have energy is chi, and you have a soul and spirit. So the soul and spirit and chi is immaterial. So we have to be, but we have a big physical, so we have to learn how to transform the physical